What childhood joke do you now realize was actually traumatizing? Growing up, my Uncle Brian was the guy everyone adored at family gatherings. He wasn't married and didn't have kids, so he basically adopted us all as his weekend entourage. He did magic tricks, told wild stories, always had candy in his pocket. Every neighborhood kid wanted to be near him. One summer barbecue stands out in my mind, not because of the fun, but because of what happened to my younger cousin Ava. She was maybe 4 at the time and so shy she barely spoke to anyone except me. She clung to me the whole afternoon, which was kind of annoying because I was trying to hang out with the older cousins. Then, Uncle Brian called everyone together for a new magic trick. We were all excited. His tricks were always a highlight. He picked Ava as his volunteer, which surprised everyone. The trick was basic. Make a quarter disappear and pull it from her ear. But when he reached for her, she screamed. Not a little nervous yelp, full body terror. She cried, tried to run. My aunt had to come grab her. Everyone laughed. Terrible. They thought it was adorable, like she was just being dramatic. Uncle Brian leaned into the bit. He acted mock offended, made big faces, and even more people laughed. But then he decided to keep going. Every time Ava calmed down, he'd inch toward her with a quarter, and she'd start crying again. He thought it was funny. So did the other adults. By the end of the day, he just had to lift a quarter, and she'd panic. Everyone thought it was the funniest thing ever. And it didn't stop. At every family event after that, it became a joke. Uncle Brian would pull out a coin, Ava would freak out, and the room would erupt in laughter. I remember one Thanksgiving when I was around 12, Ava was hiding under the table before dinner. I crawled under to ask why, and she whispered that she didn't want to see Uncle Brian because he'd do the coin thing again. She was visibly shaking. I told her she was being a baby. That memory makes my chest hurt now. That Christmas, Uncle Brian gave her a tiny wrapped box. When she opened it, 50 quarters spilled out. She screamed and ran while everyone laughed so hard they cried. My mom still brings it up as the best Christmas joke ever. When Ava turned 10, her parents hired a magician for her birthday. The moment he brought out coins, she had a meltdown. Everyone thought it was part of the bit. Uncle Brian even told the magician the joke, and the guy started using quarters in every trick. No one thought to ask why it bothered her so much. Years passed. I didn't think much about it until recently when I was helping my mom go through old photo albums. He found a picture from that first barbecue. Ava in tears, Uncle Brian holding a quarter next to her face. My mom laughed, said remember how funny that was? But I couldn't. Something felt off. I reached out to Ava. We weren't that close, but we followed each other on social media. I asked her about the quarter. There was a long silence. Then, she told me something that made my stomach drop. The night before that barbecue, she'd been watching TV with her dad, my Uncle Paul. He let her stay up late and they watched a crime show. There was a scene where someone burned people by heating coins in boiling water and pressing them against their skin. She said when Uncle Brian reached for her ear with the quarter,